Hello everyone, I am Joseph. Welcome to Joseph's Easy English.
If you are new here, please click that subscribe button and like this video.
We help you practice real everyday English.
Please, if you like learning with us, click that subscribe button and give this video a like. It helps us so much. Yes, thank you.
Today, we have a very long, immersive conversation for you.
We will listen to Tom and Lucy. They talk about life, travel, and habits. Let's listen.
Hey, Lucy. Good morning. It is so good to see you today. How are you feeling?
Oh, hi, Tom. Good morning to you too. To be honest, I am a little bit tired today. Just a little bit.
Oh, no. I am sorry to hear that. Why are you tired? Did you sleep well last night?
I slept okay, but my morning was very, very busy. I call it a hectic morning.
Hectic. That is a great word. Hectic. For our friends watching, hectic means very busy and maybe a little bit crazy, right?
Yes, exactly. It was a hectic morning because I had so many things to do. I had to wake up early, make breakfast for the kids, find their school shoes, which are always lost, by the way, and then I realized something terrible.
What happened? Did you run out of coffee? That is usually my biggest problem in the morning.
No, I had coffee, thank God. But I realized we had no milk, zero milk. The carton was empty.
Oh, that is the worst feeling. No milk for the kids' cereal?
No milk for cereal and no milk for my coffee. I like a little bit of milk in my coffee. So I had to stop everything and go to the store immediately.
That sounds like a lot of stress for 7 a.m. How often do you actually go to the grocery store, Lucy? Is it a daily struggle?
Let me think. I try to be organized. I really do. I try to go for one big shop every Sunday. I buy the bread, the eggs, the vegetables, and the fruit for the whole week. But I always forget something every single time.
I do the same thing. I have a list on my phone. I check the list, but I still come home and say, oh no, I forgot the onions.
Exactly. So even though I do a big shop on Sunday, I end up going to the store maybe 3 or 4 more times during the week. It feels like I live at the grocery store.
That is a lot of trips. Do you walk there? I know you like to stay active.
I wish I could walk, Tom. The store is quite close, maybe a 15-minute walk. But when I buy milk, juice, and heavy things, it is too hard to carry them all back. So I drive my car. It only takes 5 minutes by car.
I understand. In the US, we drive almost everywhere. It is a very common habit. I go to the store maybe twice a week. I really like Trader Joe's. Have you been there lately?
Oh, I love Trader Joe's. It is my favorite place. The atmosphere is so friendly, and the workers, they are so happy.
Yes, they always wear those bright, colorful Hawaiian shirts. They make me feel like I'm on vacation, even if I'm just buying frozen pizza.
And they always talk to you. They ask, "How was your day?" or "What are your plans for the weekend?" It's a great place for English learners to practice speaking, don't you think?
I totally agree. If you're learning English, go to a shop like that. Say hello, answer their questions. It's real life practice. So, Lucy, you mentioned the kids and the hectic morning. A lot of people ask us about balance. How do you manage your work and your family? You seem so calm most of the time.
That is a secret, Tom. I am not always calm, but I have learned that I cannot do everything. I have to make choices.
What kind of choices?
Well, for example, I don't watch much TV anymore, and I stopped playing video games a long time ago. I just don't have the time. My priority is my family and my work.
I am the same. I used to play games for 3 hours a night. Now, if I have 30 minutes to read a book, I am happy. Our lives change as we get older, don't they?
They really do. And I also have help. I don't do everything alone. I have a great team that helps me with my videos and my emails. Without them, I would be, completely lost.
It is important to ask for help. Many people try to be superheroes and do everything by themselves, but that leads to burnout.
Burnout, another good word. That is when you are so tired that you cannot work anymore. To avoid burnout, I try to be 100% present.
What does 100% present mean to you?
It means when I am with my kids, I am only with my kids. I put my phone in another room, I don't check my emails, we play in the garden, or we sit in the sandbox, and I just focus on them.
That is very difficult in 2025. My phone is like a part of my hand. I am always checking notifications.
You should try Stillness, Tom. It really helps.
Stillness? That sounds quiet. Tell me more.
Every evening, before we start the bedtime routine with the kids, we have 5 minutes of stillness. We sit together on the sofa, we might light a small candle, we play some very soft, relaxing music.
And what do you do during those 5 minutes?
Nothing. We just sit. We breathe. We don't talk about school or work. My youngest son tries so hard to stay still. He closes his eyes and waits. It teaches them, and me, to be calm.
I need to try that. My brain is always jumping from one thought to another. I think about my to-do list while I'm eating dinner. It is not healthy.
It takes practice, Tom. Just like learning English, you start with 1 minute, then 2 minutes.
Speaking of health, how do you stay fit these days? I know you're very busy. Do you go to a big gym?
Actually, no. I found the better way. My neighbor, Lindsay, is a personal trainer. She is amazing.
Wait, she lives right next door?
Yes, just across the street. It is the perfect situation for me.
That is so convenient. You can't make any excuses if the gym is 20 steps away.
Exactly. No excuses about traffic or parking. I go there twice a week. We lift weights.
Weights? Like heavy metal weights?
Yes. At first, I was a bit scared. I thought, I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. But Lindsay explained that lifting weights is good for your bones and your energy. Now, I love it. I feel much stronger.
That is great. I think it is important to have a workout buddy or a trainer, someone to say, "Come on, Tom, you can do one more."
It's a social thing, too. We talk and laugh while we exercise. What about you, Tom? Are you still running?
I'm trying. I go for a run on Tuesday mornings, but honestly, I go to Lindsay's house too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes, but we go at different times. Usually I go when you are watching the kids and then we switch. It is a good system. We call it the tag team approach.
It works for us. It keeps us healthy without taking too much time away from the family.
Lucy, I want to talk about your language learning. I know you have been studying French for a while. How is that going?
Oh, French. It is a beautiful language, but it is also very difficult, especially the pronunciation.
Do you study every day?
I try to be realistic. I know I cannot spend 2 hours a day on French. I have too many other responsibilities. So I have one lesson per week. It is a 30-minute conversation with a teacher in France.
Just 30 minutes a week? Is that enough to improve?
Well, it is enough for maintenance. It keeps the language alive in my head. We talk about my life, my kids, and we philosophize a little bit.
Philosophize. That is a big word for A1 students. It means to talk about deep ideas, right?
Yes, we talk about happiness or what it means to be a good person. Even in simple French, it is very interesting.
I tell my English students the same thing. Don't wait until you are perfect to speak. Speak now, even if it is only for 15 or 30 minutes.
I agree. Speaking is active. When you read a book, it is passive. You need both, but speaking is where the real magic happens. It's scary, but it's worth it.
Okay, let's change to a lighter topic. I saw a question from a student yesterday. They asked, do Americans brush their teeth before or after breakfast? What is your routine, Lucy?
Oh, that is a funny question. I am a before breakfast person.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I just feel like I need to clean my mouth as soon as I wake up. I don't like morning breath.
But then your breakfast tastes like mint. If you drink orange juice after brushing your teeth, it tastes terrible.
That is true. Orange juice and mint are a bad combination, but I usually wait 20 minutes before I eat. What about you?
I am definitely an after-breakfast person. I eat my eggs, drink my coffee, and then I go upstairs to brush my teeth. That way, my teeth stay clean for the rest of the morning.
That makes sense. I remember when we lived in South Korea, the culture was very different regarding teeth.
Oh, yes, I remember. In Korea, people brush their teeth after every single meal, even at work.
Yes, you walk into the bathroom at an office or school at 1 p.m., and there are 10 people all standing there brushing their teeth.
It was very surprising for me at first. In the US, brushing your teeth is a very private thing. You do it in your own home. Seeing people do it in a public bathroom felt, a little bit strange.
But it is a very healthy habit. Their dentists must be very happy.
Let's talk about music. I know you love music. Is there one song that you can listen to forever, a song that never gets old?
Oh, that is easy. Cecilia by Simon and Garfunkel.
Cecilia? That is a classic from the 1970s, right?
Yes, my parents used to play it all the time when I was a little girl. Whenever I hear that drum beat at the beginning, boom, boom, clap, I just feel happy.
It is a very catchy song. Catchy means the melody stays in your head.
Exactly. I can be in a bad mood, but if Cecilia starts playing, I start dancing in the kitchen. The lyrics are a bit strange, though. Cecilia, you're breaking my heart.
Yes, it is a song about a difficult relationship, but the music is so happy. It's a strange mix.
What about you, Tom? What is your forever song?
For me, it has to be Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Oh, that is a masterpiece. But it is so long. It's like 6 minutes, right?
It is, but it's like three different songs in one. It has the slow piano part, the opera part, and then the heavy rock part. I never get bored because the song is always changing.
I love singing the opera part in the car. Galileo, Galileo.
Exactly. It's the perfect song for a long road trip.
Speaking of road trips, let's talk about travel. Lucy, where was the very first place you traveled to outside of the United States?
My first trip abroad was when I was 20 years old. I went to study in Oxford, England.
Oxford, that is so famous. Did it look like a movie?
It really did. It felt like I was walking through the set of Harry Potter. The buildings are hundreds of years old. Coming from America, where everything is relatively new, seeing a building from the year 1200 was mind-blowing.
Were you nervous, traveling alone for the first time?
I was terrified. I remember standing in the airport in London, looking at the signs and feeling very small. But it was the best thing I ever did. It gave me so much independence.
Independence. That means being able to take care of yourself.
Yes, I had to learn how to use the trains, how to manage my money, and how to talk to people from different cultures. After that trip, I caught the travel bug.
The travel bug. That is a funny idiom. It means you have a strong desire to travel more and more.
I definitely have it. What about your first trip, Tom?
Mine was very different. I went to Costa Rica when I was 18. I went there to help with a biology project.
Costa Rica? That is so beautiful. Did you see any animals?
So many. I saw sloths, toucans, and tiny green frogs. But the most amazing thing was the monkeys. They were everywhere. They would wake us up at 5 a.m. with their loud screaming.
That sounds like a real adventure. Did you stay in a fancy hotel?
No way. We stayed in small wooden huts in the middle of the jungle. There was no hot water and sometimes the electricity would go out. But looking at the stars at night, it was beautiful. It made me realize how big the world is.
You know, Tom, there is a stereotype about Americans. People say that Americans never leave their country.
A stereotype is a general idea about a group of people that might not be true for everyone. Do you think it is true in this case?
Well, the numbers are changing. I read that now more than 50% of Americans have a passport. That is a big increase from 20 years ago.
That is true, but we have to remember, America is huge.
That is a good point. If you live in the middle of the U.S., like in Kansas, the ocean is a 20-hour drive away.
Exactly. You can travel for 3 days by car and still be in the United States. You can see mountains, deserts, forests, and beaches without ever needing a passport.
And it is expensive. For a family of 4 to fly from the U.S. to Europe or Asia, it costs thousands of dollars.
Plus, we don't have much vacation time. In many European countries, workers get 4 or 5 weeks of vacation every year. In the US, many people only get 2 weeks.
So, if you only have 1 week of vacation, you don't want to spend 2 days sitting on a plane. You just want to go to the nearest beach and relax.
I understand that, but I still think traveling abroad is important. It opens your mind. Have you ever had a culture shock or made a big mistake while traveling?
Oh, all the time. One of the biggest things for me was the bees in France.
The bees, that is the cheek kissing greeting, right?
Yes, in the US, when we meet a friend, we might give them a hug or just wave and say hi. But in France, you have to lean in and touch cheeks.
How many times? I heard it's different in every city.
It is. In Paris, it is usually 2. In other places, it might be 3 or 4. My first time, a French friend came towards me and I didn't know what to do. I just froze.
Did you accidentally kiss them on the nose?
Almost. It was so awkward. I felt my face getting very red, but they were very nice about it. They know that Americans are not used to it.
My biggest mistake was in South Korea. I was at a traditional restaurant where you sit on the floor.
Oh, I know those. You have to take your shoes off, right?
Yes, I took my shoes off, but I had a huge hole in my sock, right at the big toe.
Oh no.
I was so embarrassed. I tried to hide my foot under the table all night, but the lady who worked there just laughed. She gave me a pair of plastic slippers to wear.
That is so funny. It's those little moments that you remember forever. What about safety? When you traveled to Oxford or other places, did you feel safe?
I did feel safe in Oxford, but I was always very careful. My parents told me, don't walk alone at night and watch your bag.
That is standard advice for travelers. But some countries felt safer than others, right?
Definitely. South Korea, again, was the most surprising.
I agree. I remember seeing people leave their laptops and their expensive phones on the table in a cafe. Then they would go to the bathroom for 10 minutes.
If you do that in London or New York, your laptop will be gone in 30 seconds.
I once forgot my wallet on a bus in Seoul. I was so sad. I thought, well, my money is gone. But I went to the bus station the next day, and there it was. Everything was inside. Not $1 or 1 won was missing.
That is amazing. It really changes how you feel about the world when you see that kind of honesty.
Let's talk about education. You and I both taught English in East Asia. What was that like for you?
It was eye-opening. The students there are so hardworking.
They really are, but sometimes I felt sorry for them.
Me too. I remember teaching a class of 7-year-olds. It was 8:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. They had been in school since 8 a.m., and they still had 2 more hours of homework to do.
It is a very high-pressure environment. Test scores are everything.
I remember one little girl. She was so tired she fell asleep while I was reading a story. I didn't wake her up, I just let her sleep for 20 minutes. She needed it more than an English lesson.
That was kind of you. I think we tried to make our lessons fun because we knew how stressed they were. We played games, sang songs, and tried to make them laugh.
Yes, English class was their only time to relax and be creative. That is why I love teaching ESL. It's not just about grammar, it's about connection.
One thing I really miss about living abroad is the public transport.
Oh, me too. The trains in Europe and the subways in Asia are incredible.
In the US, if you don't have a car, you are stuck. You can't go to the grocery store, you can't go to work, nothing.
I remember in Tokyo, the train would arrive at exactly 10:02 a.m., not 10:03, not 10:01, exactly 10:02. It was like magic.
And it is so clean. You can sit on the floor and your clothes stay clean.
I wish we had more of that in the US. It is so much better for the environment and it is less stressful than driving in traffic.
I agree. Whenever I travel now, I try to use the bus or the train as much as possible. It is the best way to see the city and see how real people live. Lucy, we have talked for a long time. We talked about milk, music, monkeys, and mistakes.
It has been so much fun. I think my voice is getting a little bit tired now.
Well, you did a great job. For everyone watching, this was a long conversation. If you understood even 50% of it, you are doing amazing.
Yes, don't worry if you didn't understand every word. The more you listen, the easier it gets.
Do you have any final advice for our students today?
I would say be patient with yourself. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint.
A marathon, not a sprint. I like that. It means it takes a long time, so don't run too fast at the beginning or you will get tired.
Exactly. Just 15 minutes a day or one long video like this once a week and you will see progress.
Well said, Lucy. Now, do you want to go get some coffee?
Only if we check for milk first.
Haha, good idea. Let's go.
Did you understand the conversation?
It was a long one today. We talked about so many things.
We learned about Tom's favorite song, Lucy's trip to Oxford, and why brushing your teeth is different in Korea.
Now, we have a question for you. What is a song that you can listen to forever?
Please write your answer in the comments below. Use English if you can, but even a few words are fantastic.
We read as many as we can, and we always give hearts.
And while you're there, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, Joseph's Easy English.
It helps us to keep making lessons for you. Hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon.
Our next video will be about talking about your hobbies. Ooh, that will be fun.
So from both of us, thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
You are doing something amazing by learning a new language. Be safe, be happy, and keep practicing. Thanks for watching Joseph's Easy English. See you next time.